All right, what's going on, everybody? I want to welcome everybody to this week's episode of Terrance and Mike, the Sleeping Giants podcast, presented to you by DOUBLEETV. Mike, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. What's good?
Yeah, man, it's got a great week, man. A lot of things going on in hip hop we can talk about, man. We'll start off, man, with DOJACAT surpassing Drake as the most monthly Spotify listeners, man. What were your immediate thoughts when you saw it?
I'm honestly not surprised. I mean, Doja Cat is one of the bigger artists out there nowadays. She dabbles within the rap, R&B, pop realm, and when you do those types of records, and you have a fan base as large as hers is, it's not unbelievable that something like that could happen. Now, we all know Drake is a very, very popular artist, but Doja Cat has continuously been gaining traction and followers and fans, and she continues to put out quality bodies of work. So none of that really surprises me. But yeah, props to Doja, on a incredible feat, because it's difficult to beat Drake in anything. So props to her for that. But I'm honestly not surprised. I mean, she's one of the bigger artists out there nowadays. So.
I don't know too much about her. I know some people, her opinions kind of rub some people the wrong way, but she makes great music, so I give her that. Again, I don't know anything too much about her personally, but props to her. You're right. I mean, to beat Drake and like anything is a tough, tall task. So Doja Cat's definitely doing her thing. BMF, man, I gotta get caught up. I have so much stuff going on. Haven't even got a chance to watch episode 1 yet of BMF, so I got to get caught up. But we got Blue Da Vinci, man, clapping at 50 and the producers of the show, man. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I saw the video. Not really sure exactly what it was that sparked this. I don't know if maybe he wasn't happy with some of the things that were portrayed in the show, or I did hear that he mentioned not playing with his name, so maybe it's possible that he thinks, his name will be mentioned in the show in a light that he doesn't appreciate. So I'm not really sure what sparked the Instagram live story or the video that he did, but considering his ties to BMF and his closeness to the story, I could definitely understand him being upset about things that aren't portrayed in the right way. So we'll see exactly how all of that goes. As of this point, I don't think he's been mentioned in the show, but obviously, like I said, with his ties, they're going to mention him at some point. So I just hope everything continues to go smoothly. It's a great show and it's telling a story that I think people need to hear. So hopefully, everything goes smoothly. But I definitely understand Blue Da Vinci's concern. When you're dealing with a television show and adaptations of people's lives, you want to make sure you get it accurate and real, and you want to make sure that you don't incriminate anyone when doing those things. So, I can understand his concern.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing too about TV. I mean, some things may have to get kind of whatever for the sake of ratings or whatever. But I mean, I don't know too much about him, but I've heard some stories that and on Star's show last night, a couple callers that called in mentioning that maybe he had concerns because some people said that Meech said he cooperated or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what kind of transpires and comes from it. We already know 50 is the ultimate troll, so it's not like he's gonna back down. So that this thing could kind of heat up and go back and forth because 50 how he is with social media.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Bro, man, this next topic, man, it's got me excited, man. DJ Battlecat, West Coast legend. I mean, I don't want to just limit him to just West Coast. He is a legend, but he's definitely gets busy on the West Coast, man, and just great producer, one of the greats that people don't really even talk about. And he him and Snoop have this just magic that they have together, man. But he disclosed the other day. And also I follow Snoop on his Instagram, and also he has the Def Jam Snoop page as well. But Snoop has the Algorithm album coming out, and I've been hearing the talks about the amount Westmore album that consists of Snoop, Too Short, E40, and Ice Cube. So I know that's
Oh wow,
coming. But
that'd be
he dropped
crazy.
a man, like saying that Dr. Dre's got music possibly coming out in December, man. So what are your thoughts about Snoop's Algorithm album, the Mount Westmore, and a possible Dr. Dre album coming in December?
Well, the Mount Westmore thing is extremely interesting. Like you said, Too Short, Ice Cube, Snoop, and who was the other name that you mentioned?
E40.
E40. Yeah, that's got crazy potential to be something spectacular. So
Yeah.
I definitely look forward to that. We had talked a couple days ago. There were rumors that Dre was working on some music for Grand Theft Auto. So
Right.
the hearing or the rumblings about him possibly putting out an album, are starting to get louder. I think we've heard maybe 2 or 3 different people allude to that within the past maybe month or so.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something I think fans of hip hop are looking forward to and have been waiting for a long time. So if we
Right.
are able to get that in December, that just that'll be the cap on a great year of hip hop overall. So
Right.
and yeah, Snoop's album, The Algorithm, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
This will be Snoop's second album this year, if
Yeah.
you want it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
I think he put out From the Streets to the Suites
Right.
in February or maybe March, I think, if
Hmm.
I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
Yeah.
2 Snoop albums in a year, that's a great thing. And
Yeah.
this whole West Coast takeover thing, if we
Right.
really are able to get these albums, especially in the time that they've been projected to come out, I think that could be a great move for the West Coast, a great move for West Coast hip hop,
Hmm.
and will bring a lot more attention to what they have going on over there. I think
Yeah.
for the last little bit, hip hop's kind of resided in Atlanta for some years now, and yeah, that'll be a great move for the West Coast if they can pull that off. So
Yeah. And it seems like the way it was written in the message that Battle Cat did it seemed he also included Kendrick Lamar and Exhibit, but it seems like the way it was written, like that's 2022. So I'm not sure
yeah,
if we're gonna get a Kendrick album this year.
I would hope Kendrick drops before the end of the year. Especially after Family Ties and the Smoking on Your Top Five and some of the
Yeah.
things he said in that record. I would hope he drops before the end of the year. But if we don't, or if he doesn't, and we get early 2022, I think folks will still be as eager to receive it. So
Right. Man, man, when you sent me the message about the Fugees, I immediately started laughing because I thought about the Temptations movie when I think it was Blue or one of the guys was had a drinking problem and he couldn't
mhm.
perform live, so they had like the cousin or brother or somebody else on the side doing like the vocals for him. So the
Yeah.
issues that's going on with Prize and the effect of the tour right now. What's going on with that, man?
Well, to keep it short and sweet, Praz's passport has been confiscated from him, and the reason why is uh, there's talk that he helped a businessman basically launder millions of dollars or facilitated the transfer of millions of dollars for a businessman. Can't remember exactly what country he was from at the moment, but yeah, so there's some serious legal ramifications,
Hmm.
things as far as anytime you deal with money transfers and large amounts of money, then you're gonna get the bigger heads in the government involved, and if that's the case, then that could definitely be detrimental to the tour, and
Hmm.
obviously Praz in his personal life. So for his sake, I hope everything works out and they can get all of that figured out. But the accusations are definitely,
Hmm.
something it's not something to be taken lightly. So
Right. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. I know Wyclef had some accusations years ago, and actually before we got on here, Wyclef, Fat Joe, Swiss Beats, and Timberland was on the live. I didn't get a chance to check it out before we hopped on, but yeah, hopefully they can get everything straightened out, man. I know it'd be an honor for a lot of people to get a chance to check out the Fugees on tour for sure.
absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
man, this next topic, man, it's a tough one, man. What's going on with Hit Boy Holler?
Hitman Holler,
The Hitman Holler, I'm sorry.
yeah. So a couple of days ago, a story came out, and this isn't something that I saw on news. I really saw it on Hitman's IG, and what he said was that there was a home invasion at his house. He was not there. His girl Cinnamon was there at the house, and four guys broke in, attempted to take a bunch of things, and basically he was in Kansas City at the time, thousands of miles away from Atlanta, where his house is. And yeah, some guys came in, tried to take some stuff. His girl ended up being shot. She was shot in the face, and she's recovering in the hospital right now. So, just our thoughts and prayers out to Hitman, to Cinnamon. You never want to see any type of situation like that go down. And I just hope and pray, that the guys responsible for this are called and brought to justice.
Yeah.
Hitman is somebody that we all know in the battle rap community. Even if you're not a fan of battle rap, you've seen Wild 'N Out before. He's been on there, so he's a pretty well known person, and to see something like that happen to him is just highly unfortunate. So we, like I said, our thoughts and prayers to Hitman, to Cinnamon, and hopefully, the situation turns out good and they can catch the people that were responsible for it.
Yeah, facts, man. Yeah, I mean, we had talked a couple weeks ago. We talk so much hip hop news. Sometimes it's hard to remember everything, but I know we had spoke about someone with a gun recently, and sometimes you understand why some of these people do what they have to do, because there's always, circumstances like this. So we definitely pray for him for sure. Um,
Absolutely.
Also, our thoughts and prayers with Bootsy Badass too. I know he's got some legal circumstances going on right now as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Album reviews, man. This is a good week here, man. This is a good week. This
It
one,
was.
I enjoyed it a lot better than our last week's albums. Man, this first one, bro. I didn't know what to expect. I had never even listened to any music from him before. So I was at the gym and I saw the album cover at first. I'm thinking, what the hell am I about to listen to? But it was really good, man. We got Marlon Kraft Home Court Advantage Volume 1. I guess it's listed as a mixtape. What are your thoughts about it?
Marlon Kraft, one of the most underrated MCs in my opinion, one of my favorite underground, if you want to consider him underground MCs. He does a lot of work with some of my other favorite artists. He's worked with Oswin Benjamin several times. Oswin actually has a song on the album. So I've been familiar with Marlon and his work for quite some time. Actually, I saw him first time on Sway in the Morning, which we'll talk about Sway a little bit later in the episode. But
Mhm.
uh, saw him on Sway in the Morning. He did a couple of dope freestyles on there, and just a talented, artist. Somebody who kind of, I think what I said to you yesterday was, he his music feels like old school music at its heart, but it's still new enough for the newer ears to be able to gravitate to it. And that would be my best way of describing him as an artist overall. But I love the album. One of my
Yeah.
favorite albums I've heard all year. Highlights. I mean, practically the whole album. I mean,
Mhm.
Oh Lord is fire. The Loop,
Mhm.
Pace, Bluffing,
Yeah, I like
Bozos,
Bluffing. Yeah, Bozo's fire.
Tom Thibodeau,
Tom Thibodeau, yeah.
Vanish, Stress with the Best. That's the track featuring Oswin Benjamin. They both killed that one.
Yeah.
Uh, All We Got and Halal, which is probably my favorite track on the album.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just a great album, very well put together. I love the basketball concept that was surrounding the album,
Mhm.
and I thought it was well executed. Production was dope, and he's got bars for days. So yeah, props to Marlon. That's one of the dopest albums I've heard all year,
Yeah,
no
I
doubt.
like it, man. Yeah, I like it a lot, man. Bozo's is fire. Tom Thibodeau, you mentioned. Yeah, man. I mean, I no complaints, man. I mean, it's a easy listen. He's got bars. And I like how he put it together. It's like the songs are not too long where you get kind of lost in it. So he executed like a good game plan, and it definitely made me want to hear like more work from him. So shout out to Marlon Kraft.
Absolutely.
Next up, man, Conway the Machine, man. What's the name of the album again?
La Maquina.
La Machina, bro. I mean, I listened to this joint back in when it first came out, and I had to, after I heard song one, I was like, oh yeah, I've heard this album before because they dropped so much material. It's almost hard to keep up with all of it. But yeah, man, like Killer KD, KD, Fire. I mean, Conway, man, he's just he's a guy, man, like, and like, even though I heard the album before, but just listening to it again, like the bars is there, man. He's definitely like in his own bag, and it's just executed very well.
Absolutely.
While I'm looking up the track list on the album, what are some of the things about the album that stood out to you?
Well, Conway is extremely consistent. He's a wordsmith, the lyricist, so these are things that you're going to expect coming into a Conway project from the jump. For me, the highlights were 6:30 Tip Off. I thought that was fire. Blood Roses was dope. Clarity, KD, as you mentioned. 200 Pies is crazy. Grace, obviously Scatterbrain. Most people have heard that song by now with the JID and the Ludacris feature.
Yeah.
Had the Hustle was dope as well, and the closing track, SC Gang, you bring Westside and Benny along for the ride on that one, and anytime all three of them collab, it's always some dope stuff. So yeah, all in all, I thought it was a really well done album. Thought it was well produced. Yeah. I like to see Conway rapping on different types of beats.
Fact.
That's why I really enjoyed tracks like Clarity, Scatterbrain, KD. Those are beats that you don't typically hear Conway or most of the guys from Griselda on. Right. So I enjoyed what he did on those, and I thought that was dope, and just another notch in Conway's belt, as far as putting together dope albums and putting together classic quality material. So yeah, props to Conway, another great album. Possibly once again, when we bring up these top 10, 15, 20 albums again, I would not be surprised if that's one that makes my list. So shout out to Conway, whole Griselda gang.
Yeah, man, I love what 2 Chainz did on there, and Ludacris went crazy as well, man. Yeah, you're right though. I liked it for that aspect, like the beats and the production was a little different from a typical project that you get from him, but it's fire, man. Like the bars is there, so it makes me very excited to hear the God Don't Make Mistakes album that he's working on.
Yeah,
man,
he's got another one out that we'll have to check out on a later pod.
Yeah.
So I think it's If It Bleeds, It Can Be Killed.
Right.
So that's definitely one we'll have to check out later as well.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Bro, next up, man, Styles P, Ghosting. I listened to this one last night, man, at the gym. I liked it, man. I liked just about, I could probably say almost every song on here, man. The bars was crazy, man. Like he got busy, man. Just Scattered, Time Traveler. That one. I like that one a lot, man. Yeah, that's fire, man.
Fire.
Privilege. Stop the Rain. I mean, he got busy, man. He got busy, bro. What are your thoughts about Styles P, the album Ghosting?
I'm right there with you on that one, bro. I like every single song on this album. I probably listened to this album maybe 6 times now.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I really love this album. SP the Ghost, came through with another dope project. Time Traveler, Fade Away, fire, extremely fire. Privilege, Hit Different was fire. As you mentioned, Scatter, Order in the Court, Close to Me, See Myself, On the Double, just tons of dope tracks,
bro.
And just giving you that old school hip hop feel. So,
bro, when you're talking, man, I was trying to remember a line he said last night, make me went crazy. he said, I never write because I murder ink, bro. I was like, man, this guy here, man. Like I mean, the bar is there, man. And that's what, Styles always been known for anyway. And, obviously being with the Locks and you rapping with Jada and Sheik, you got to bring it anyway. But that line was just crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah, and I even like, the skits. I thought it
Yeah.
was presented, in the form of like a mixtape.
Mhm.
I know It's the Real used to do a lot of mixtapes for one of my favorite rappers, Charles Hamilton, back in the day.
Mm.
So it was dope to hear them still around, still doing stuff with people in the hip hop community and different things like that. And
Yeah.
I thought Styles, putting them on this project with the skits and everything just really set it off and gave it, not a super serious feel, but kind of a I don't want to say playful, but a laid back type of feel to it. But it has some humor with it as well. So yeah. I thought overall it was super dope project.
Yeah, man. Also, he
Super.
has a EP that we need to probably can come back and talk about. It's 3 songs. I saw it last night before I clicked on the album, but we'll definitely come back next week and talk about Styles P. He has an EP called Boss Clock, and it's a single. It's got 3 songs on it. Okay, it's just a song rather with the 3 versions. So we got the radio version and the instrumental. So we'll come back and talk about that next week. Boss Clock, Styles P.
Sounds dope.
Currency, Still Stoned on Ocean. Fire, man. I like this one too, man. I mean, it's definitely what he does, it's like stoner type music or whatever, but it was fire, man. I liked it a lot. The Beach with Jim Jones was fire. Brian D. Palmer, the director, bro.
Yes.
I think that's the same guy who directed Scarface too.
I
And
think
some,
it is.
yeah. Some other great films. Fire, man. It may be my favorite track on the album. And
Very
Angels.
underrated.
Yeah, Angels on the Hood as well, and High. But what are your thoughts about the album, man?
I mean, Currency is a person, like I talked about Conway, very consistent. I can't think of a single Currency mixtape or album that he's dropped that I don't think was quality. And he's one of those guys, like you said, he has his lane and his bag that he's in, but he does it and executes it at a very high level. So, this was just another example of that. My highlights would be Game Tapes 2. I thought was fire. Angels on the Hood, as you mentioned, and High, The Beach. The One was cool as well. I really enjoyed Bad Decisions and Bal Harbor. I thought both of those were extremely fire. Bal Harbor Brunch, I'm sorry, Bal Harbor Brunch. Both of those. World is Ours and Freezer. I thought he's closed the album out extremely well with those tracks as well.
Fire.
So
yeah,
just once again another quality project from Mr. Spitter Andretti, and we getting, like you said, it was a pretty dope week as far as the things that we covered and the albums that we listened to. So that's just another one, So shout out to Currency, another dope album with Still Stoned on Ocean.
Facts. Yeah, man. And to close it out, Tech Nine with Asinine. I got a chance to I think I have like 3 songs left on this one to finish out, but my highlight so far, man, I love this album. Haydn, I like Haydn a lot. Take Your Halo rather. Fire. Take Your Halo. I love that record. Face Off, man. We got a track from The Rock. The Rock is he spit a verse, and at the end he said it was 1 take. So that'd be pretty dope, man. But Tech Nine, man.
Impressed.
What's that?
I was impressed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He did it, man. He did a good job. And the thing I like too, man, about this particular project is like he didn't like go like fast, choppy, like on every song. Like he had those moments where he went slow, but still did it in like a Tech Nine-ish way. and had like some like
Mm-hmm.
cool like melodies and stuff like that. So like the song structure,
Mm-hmm.
I thought he did like a really good job on this particular project. It like he had like some good ones, man, like some really good songs on here. What were your thoughts about the project?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was dope as well. It started out, kind of more of that, if you're familiar with Tech Nine's music, he started with kind of some more heavy metal and rockish type of bass beats in the beginning of the album, tracks like I Don't Fit and some of the other ones. But
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed Kickator. I thought that was crazy. Uh Too Good was really dope as
Lil Wayne
well.
went crazy, man.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that. He's been going crazy all year. So No Seams with Snow the Product was super fire. She killed it. Face Off, as you mentioned, The Rock did his thing on his verse. Was not expecting The Rock, to rap or to have a verse that was actually good. My
Right.
expectations were not very high, but I was very impressed by what he did on that record. Still Right Here was dope to me as well. Take Your Halo,
Yeah.
Knock That Noodle. I've
Yeah.
been through a lot. It was probably one of my favorite tracks on the album. And I really like what he did with Zaza because I felt like that was one of the tracks on the album where he showed the most versatility, you know. So yeah, just top to bottom, I thought it was a really solid project.
Yeah.
And like you said, I like that he wasn't, with the traditional Tech Nine fast rapping style on every song. He switched it up. And
Right.
I like that all of the production wasn't, kind of the typical Tech Nine production that we know. He did a lot of things production wise that, if you're not familiar with his music, you probably wouldn't expect him to do. So I thought it was all in all a really dope album.
Yeah, facts, man. I like the album cover as well. Yeah, man, he definitely shocked me, and I don't know why I'm using that word shock because it's what he does, but it's just good to
Absolutely.
see somebody this deep in the game that is stepping outside of their comfort zone and just doing, more and more things. Oh, the track with Russ too. That was fire,
Yeah, that
man.
was fire.
It's fire,
Yeah, it
man.
was.
Yeah. So shout out to Tech Nine, man. We had just spoke about him a week ago as our artist spotlight, and he
Absolutely.
lived up to it, man. So shout out
Yeah,
to
back
him.
at it.
Yeah, man.
No doubt.
We got new music of the week, man. We'll kick it off with Conway the Machine again. Piano Love, man. What were your thoughts about that one?
Okay, Piano Love, from what I understand, is not a brand new song.
Okay.
And I've heard if I'm not mistaken, I think I've heard a version of this song uh maybe some months ago. But
Mm.
all in all, when it first came out, it was presented in a fashion that would lead most people to think that this was going to be an album. And I think even we thought, that, oh, Conway's dropping another album. He's already got two out. But the
Mm.
track itself I thought was dope. Alchemist on the beat,
Right.
Conway doing this thing with the bars. So, I didn't really see anything to not like about it. I
Yeah.
definitely thought it was a dope track. And if this is a single from his upcoming album, I look forward to seeing what the rest of the album sounds like. And hopefully it would be dope if we could get another, you know, Conway Alchemist fully produced album similar to Lulu or,
Hmm.
something like that. I think that would be really dope. What
Yeah.
about you?
Yeah. I like the track, man. Definitely, this one is released on Shady Records. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to the album. I know he's been talking about it for a while. Um, so yeah, man, as much love to Conway, man, for Piano Love. I like it a lot.
Big fact.
Next up, man, we got Corday with Super, man. What are your thoughts about that one, man? It's fire, man. I like it a
I
lot.
love
I
it.
like the bar about Dr. Dre and the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
It's Corday doing what Corday does, man. He's spazzing. I like it a lot.
I love it. Like you said, Corday doing what he does. The beats hot. His verses were fire. His cadence was fire. You know, the hook was dope, and just quality music. And it makes me that really got me excited for Corday's album. So I can't wait to see what he does whenever it is that he decides to drop, and hopefully we get that before the end of the year as well. That would be dope. So,
Yeah. And shout out to him, man. He's done something that I gotta tip my hat off to him, man. He worked with two of my favorite artists, my all-time artists. That's Eminem this year and Nas. So he is dope, man. Just to see his
yeah.
elevation, man. He's definitely doing great things. Looking forward to the album.
Yeah, we
Uh
even saw a clip of him in
that,
the Dave Chappelle special, a clip
yeah,
of him and Dave at the end. So yeah, he's been doing a lot, and
right.
getting his name out there even more. So yeah, shout out to Corday.
Yeah, he was in the Brunch on Sundays music video too with LeBron and
Absolutely.
yeah, the whole lineup, man. It's dope, man. Bro, Five Dog, man. We got a Five Dog song, man. Featuring Redman. I like it, man. I mean, Five Dog, it just made me, it's almost like when I listened to it, like within the first 10 seconds, man, I was like, dang, man, like just made me miss him, man. And just the whole vibe that we used to get all the time from a tribe, man. Like one of my Love's Gonna Get You from Kara's One was a song that I used to I studied, I listened to it a lot. I listened to a lot of Slick Rick growing up as well. But my dad had this cassette tape of a Ward tour from a tribe, man. That was
Oh
one of my
yeah.
joints too, man. And so just listening to this song from Fife, man, just make me miss the Tribe Called Quest a lot, and just his verses and everything that he stood for, man. What were your thoughts of this track, man?
I can't front. I did not get a chance to listen to that track. But
Okay.
what I will say is, as you said, I mean, I have vast knowledge of A Tribe Called Quest, Five Dog, and his music. Same with Redman. Redman is one of my favorite MCs. I think he's probably one of the most underrated MCs to ever touch the mic.
Yeah.
So, I do look forward to hearing that track, and I'm sure it's spectacular. But knowing the caliber of both of those artists and what they brought to the game, I'm sure it's a spectacular track. So,
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely, man. The production on it is fire, man. And then our last song, but definitely not least, man, we got Hit Boy, Back in Traffic. I love the flow. I love the music video. I love everything about this song. And it's just, and we keep talking about him not only as a producer, but I like him a lot as an MC. And the thing I love about it too, because he keeps getting better and better. It's like every time I hear Hit Boy, it's like his pen is just getting better and better. And it's not to take anything away from him as an artist that has that drive to want to step up and get better. But it's like if I played basketball with LeBron James or whoever, obviously I'm going to learn some things. It's going to take my game up to a whole nother level. And I'm sure producing two albums
absolutely.
from Nas, he picked up a lot of things because you can just hear it, man. Like this song is fire, man.
Absolutely. Great song. The beat is dope. The hook is dope. Uh, had a nice young lady singing some background vocals for him. The video is dope. Uh, all in all, it's just an all around song. We talked recently about Hit Boy's potential and how we've seen him, rise not only as a producer but as a writer as well. And the fact that, if he was to drop a solo project, or when he does decide to drop his next solo project, the potential that it could really have to be a great album. And,
Mm.
if this is a single from that project, I think that's a great way to start. So shout out to Hit Boy, Back in Traffic. It's a dope song. Enjoyed it.
Yeah. You know what made me think last night? Because he had asked a question on his Instagram, who we want to see him work with next.
Hmm.
This is after he pretty much had wrapped up everything on King's Disease 2. And when I was listening to that Styles P album last night, I was sitting here
Oh
thinking,
my
man, if him and
God.
Hit Boy got together,
That will be phenomenal.
that would be ridiculous, man. So
Yeah,
yeah, man.
Styles P and Hit Boy, yeah, that's gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah, man. That might be crazy right there, man. So
Hey, I think
if that happens, man, throw me a little check for that one, man.
Hey, I think you just said something right there, bro. Because that, hey, especially after seeing what Styles did on that Ghosting album, man, come on. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man.
gonna be
Yeah,
crazy.
that'd be crazy, man. Man, every week we like to show love to artists, but I was talking to Mike before the show. I said, man, we gotta just kind of step outside the box this week and just show love to somebody else, man. And I want to give this man his flowers because he's always championing other people. MC himself, radio legend, television legend. He's holding it down on Shade 45, Sway in the Morning, Sway Calloway is who we're talking about. Much props to him, man, and Heather B and everything that they're doing for hip hop.
Gracie G, yeah, all of them.
Yeah, man. Anytime someone has a project coming out, a movie coming out, a book coming out, you name it, people definitely go through his office there, man, and get busy, man. So Sway, salute to you, man. What are your thoughts about Sway, Mike?
Absolutely. I mean, true hip hop legend, in the flesh. I'll give a brief rundown on Sway. As you said, journalist, radio personality, executive producer. And as you said, was even a rapper. Known for the Wake Up Show with Sway and King Tech.
Yeah.
Also, Sirius XM, Shade 45, Sway in the Morning. He was even what they used to call back in the day a video jockey around the times of Total Request Live or TRL for the old heads. Oakland, California native, born and raised Oakland, California, rapper, b-boy. He teamed up with Tech after high school. They made a couple indie albums and ended up getting signed to Giant Records. Released their album Concrete Jungle in 1990, and the success from that really helped them as far as landing the job on KMEL radio station, which as we saw later on, Sway and Tech, the morning show, the wake up show grew and started becoming simulcasted in LA, Chicago, different, cities. And they signed a deal with Interscope, released This or That in 1999. That reached 30 on the Billboard charts and #1 on the top Heat Seekers chart, which is something that's probably not around nowadays anymore. But yeah, y'all can look that up too. But the album featured some of the biggest names like RZA, Exhibit, Eminem, Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane, Tech N9ne, Pharoah Monch, The Roots. So, like I said, top 30 on the Billboard with that album. He was even on Direct Effect on MTV as well. And he's interviewed some of everybody. Like you talked about the classic interviews that we got from Sway. Everybody remembers the "You Don't Have the Answer" Sway, the Kanye moment. Right. That was an iconic moment, And obviously the Tupac interview, I think, was another one that was really big. A lot of people remember Sway and remember that interview. Eminem, obviously, tons of times. Cool G Rap, Ice-T. The name goes on and on, or the list goes on and on.
Barack Obama.
Exactly. Yeah. So, we're literally talking about someone who's been a part of the culture, and an influencer in the culture for so many years and has had a big impact, on the careers of budding artists, like you said. Almost any artist, who makes it big, you gotta see Sway,
Absolutely.
Whether you're going up there for an interview or you're testing your skills with the 5 fingers of death, if you want to be known, you want to pop in the hip hop community, then you got to go see Sway. So shout out to Sway, shout out to King Tech as well, their contributions to the game, and Heather B, Tracy G, host Sway in the Morning crew. Shout out to all of them, and like I said, shout out to Sway, hip hop legend.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. I had a bar I said one time, if you do or don't have the answers, shout out to Sway. So yeah, that's man, funny. He's a legend, man. So shout out to him, man.
Yeah, I had a Sway bar too. I said something about what was it? Something about the way I spit these bars back on Sway, like they Heather B or something like that.
Yeah,
it was something to that effect. Yeah, so like we said, shout out to Sway, Heather B, Ho, Sway in the Morning crew, King Tech. Definitely. People, gatekeepers of the culture. So
yeah, Yeah, man. I look forward to our next pod, man. We'll come back and review some new music and hip hop news and keep everybody engaged, man. Throw everybody your social media.
Okay, so it's M1C_CH3CK. Mic check. Uh, the I is a 1, the E is a 3, underscore in the middle. That's simple.
All right. And you can go to Terrance Hill on Facebook. Make sure you like the page. Also, there's some links there as well. You can go also to my Instagram, which is Terrance Hill the Great. And make sure you connect with me on Instagram. And my YouTube is Terrance Hill Music. That's all one word because there's a big actor named Terrance Hill. So Terrance Hill Music on YouTube. Look me up. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this week's episode of Terrance and Mike, the Sleeping Giants. We'll see you on next week.
Double ETV.
That's right.